name's Kathy A, and this is the first of my September hauls. I thought that I would just show you a few things that I picked up and warn you about a few things. Let's start with this. This is the Real Techniques. This is a hand cleaner. You're supposed to pour a little of their liquid hand cleaner in here and a little bit of water, and then you can wet your brush, rub it through here. The large spokes go for this, the larger brushes. You've got some medium and some small little spokes here that are supposed to clean it. I found that if you use very little water, you could do the cleaning, and it did a pretty good job. I still had to use additional cleaner. I still had to use my Beauty Blender cleaner in some cases where there was a lot of foundation buildup on the brushes. But this is very, very handy to use at the sink. You just can't put very much water in it, so and you get that cross-contamination from different brushes. So I do like it because it's convenient and it makes doing your brushes kind of fun. Yeah. So I think that runs around $17. It was buy one get 50% off of any of the Real Techniques, so I got they're calling this a blush brush, which it's a very, very soft brush. It's cruelty free, which is nice, and it is a gorgeous blush brush, but it's also really nice for powder and bronzer, so I would recommend it for that. I do like Real Techniques brushes. They hold up over washings, over time. They deposit product really well on your face. I really like their brushes very much. I'm doing a special on Makeup Geek coming up fairly soon, like a docutorial thing. So when I was going on her online shop, she features products from other places like Red Cherry Lashes, and she has Eve Pearl. And so I got the Eve Pearl. This is the Duo Salmon Concealer Set, and this one is in light. You get a mirror on one side, although I'm not really sure that's very useful. It is a really nice creamy concealer. One side is kind of an orange salmon color, which is supposed to cancel out dark lines. And the light color, of course, is supposed to brighten and cover over blemishes and things like that. I do have to set this with a powder. I do like this. I've been so spoiled with all of those new wonderful concealers that have come out from Tarte and Too Faced and Kat Von D. I'm loving those liquid ones, so now going back to a cream, it feels kind of weird, but she is known for this. Eve Pearl is known for this concealer. I think it's got a $38 price point, so it's quite expensive for a concealer. She's just an amazing makeup artist, and this is legendary. So I had to have it, I had to try it, and I do like it very much. As far as how it compares with the Too Faced and with the Tarte, it's just a little different, and I think that the added bonus of having the salmon side, and this is the light shade, she had a medium and she had a darker version of this. I would say if you have dark circles, this would give you an advantage over the other three. Anyway, the three top ones that I like. So if you have a lot of dark circles, I would recommend this highly. So it's the Eve Pearl Conceal and Treat Duo Salmon Concealer. It also comes with its own little brush, which I have lost already. Now to set that, and I shall, this is the RCMA powder, and this is really old school. This has been used by makeup artists for decades, and this was created in the 1930s or 40s by a male makeup artist. And RCMA is Research Council of Makeup Artists, and he used to actually put his mixture of silicone and talc in a jar like that, and it was easy for him to use. This is a great baking powder if you're going to be baking, you know, that newfangled baking thing. But what I like about it is it just disappears on your skin. You do not get any cakiness, you don't get color, although I think there's a slight sheen that comes from this. It's a slight lighter sheen. So regardless of your skin color, this will work for you, but it will give you a slight cast, just a very slight tint of a cast. But if you're doing, you know, just in the triangle area here, or over blemishes, I think it's a benefit. I really love this powder. It's my favorite powder. Yes, it's talc and silica, and talc is controversial, but you know, for 12 bucks, this is 12 bucks for this huge vat of powder. And yeah, it is like the when you get the chili powder at the Dollar Tree, you know, it comes in the same kind of container. But now I've got that all over the place. But I do recommend this. You can get this on the BeautyLish website, and don't be afraid of that site. They do send everything well packaged fairly quickly too. You get it within the week. I really like that company. BeautyLish is really nice, and they feature a lot of unusual brands that you don't find in the local stores. Some of you may be even distant to Ulta's and Sephora's, so you can find a lot of really high-end brands like Charlotte Tilbury, by Terry, and then the RCMA, which is a favorite of makeup artists. Now QVC has several different high-end makeup companies, and I've never tried this one before, and I am so happy I did. This is called Doll 10, and I think she's a former model or something, but she developed this Hydra-Gel formula foundation and concealer. And the foundation is nice. I'm not sure, it's not really my favorite foundation, but it's not bad. It's good if you have normal to oily skin. If you have normal to dry skin or dry skin, heavily moisturize yourself before you put this on. If you have normal to oily skin, you'll love this. It's got great coverage. I'd say a medium to full coverage, and it's beautiful on. This is a light shade, and I think it comes in 4 or 5 shades. The concealer I love. This concealer is creamy. It's got excellent coverage, doesn't sink into the lines and crinkles, and it lasts. And I think that that's really cool. Children of the Corn next door, you hear them yelling and hollering. You can get that on QVC. They have several different like specials. You can get like the concealer and foundation together as a set for a certain price, and it comes with a special face brush. Or you can get like the sampler kit. There's like 6 pieces with blushes and things like that if you want to try the whole kind of range of what she has. But I'm going to look into more products from this brand. I really like it. I really like how it feels, how it looks, how it lasts, and I think that that's great. Speaking of high-end, Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Nocturnal Cat Eyes That Hypnotize liner and shadow duo, and you get it's like a single shadow with a little mirror and a liner that are supposed to do a complete eye look just on their own. So like just from swatching this, and she recommends you use your finger to apply. That woman is just so up my corner. You know how I am with my fingers. You apply it to your whole lid, and I'm not doing it justice right now, and it captures the light from different angles. And then to accent this, and I believe this is the Huntress, yeah. And then this is a beautiful dark brown liner that is supposed to kind of really set it off as well. And this is a duo set. I think it's very, very nice. So that is the Nocturnal Cat Eyes That Hypnotize, and it's based, she said, on the way cat's eyes reflect the light at night. It's supposed to be a very, very sexy thing, and you can add a couple of more layers and you get more of a micro glitter look. It's a very sexy combination. I love the liner on its own as well. I did invest in another one of the hot lips. This is Kidman's Kiss. And Kidman's Kiss is it's one of the new mattes that Charlotte Tilbury has. It's an unusual cut. It's squared off at the top. It's a very pretty color. It's kind of a neutral warm pink. Yeah, why not? Okay. So we have Children of the Corn, and we have airplanes landing here. So this is Kidman's Kiss. It's a very pretty neutral warm pink. I really like it a lot, and $2 from purchase of each of these goes to a women's international charity, and I like that. I haven't used this in years because Laura Mercier was not cruelty free for a while there. She was selling in China. Well, she's pulled everything out of China. She's now cruelty free. So Laura Mercier came back onto the radar. And of course, when I was in Sephora, I had to pick up the tinted moisturizer that I used to love. Well, I tell you, after using other foundations and other products, I'm not that impressed with this. I mean, it's nice under foundation moisturizer, but it didn't last very long. I had a lot of breakthrough here where I have a little bit of red, a lot of breakthrough when I'm on the phone or if I'm drinking coffee or whatever. So I'm really surprised. I didn't really care for that. Now, a lot of people are talking about this brand called Juvia. JUVIA'S Place is the name of the website where you can order this from, and I believe it's a South African lady who started this company. And to me, regardless of what your skin color is, eyeshadow's a neutral zone. I mean, you can, yeah, different colors look different on different skin types, but you know, we all like these colors. So this is the Nubian palette based on the Nefertiti look. And I'm about as far away from Nefertiti as you can get, but I picked this one out because it had a lot of really nice neutrals and warm colors, I thought, and some nice shimmers and satins for autumn time. And Nikki Tutorials was talking about this. Nikki, the one that just came out with the Too Faced thing. Well, she was talking about this and she had a code for like 10% or 15% off, so I got it, and using her code it was something like 21 bucks for this. Supposedly high quality shadows. I really have to beg to differ, and I feel bad because I like to support independent companies, especially, you know, upstarting companies, you know, and I'd like to say nice things about this, but I really can't. I like the color combinations, but there's very little color payout. They feel cheap to me. They don't feel like there's a very good payout. Now this color is the only one I thought that had a lot of really good payout, but there isn't a good like lid color, and there isn't a good crease color in here. You have to go kind of dark, and they're all very, very warm colors. But see, it takes several different swipes through to get good pigmentation. What I did do is, and I kind of liked using some of these lighter shades in here to sass up my blush a little bit. I thought that was kind of fun to sass up the blush a little bit with some of them, but I'm disappointed. I really am. Maybe I got the wrong one because there's like 3 palettes on Juvia's Place. There's the Nubian 2, which everybody's talking about. That's their favorite. Maybe I should have got that has greens and purples and things like that in it. This one just was too dull for me, and it reminds me a lot of the Makeup Revolution, the Nudes vs. Nudes, whatever it is, that one, you know the one I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm really not happy, and I would not recommend buying it, and maybe I should try another palette from there before I diss it completely, because you know, it is starting to become popular. But I mean, this is going in a giveaway or something. I'm not going to return it because you know, a small company like them and Makeup Geek and people like that, I don't want to return stuff to them. But I'm not really happy with this. I didn't think it was all that great. It was packed really well. It arrived really quickly. There was good communication with the company. So, I mean, on that end of it was really good. But the palette itself, it lacked really good pigmentation, and the colors were just so similar. You know, they all seem to have the same kind of goldeny brown color. So I'm really sorry to say I didn't like that. Okay, one thing I really do like is the Christmas in New York, the Chocolate Shop kit. This came out from Too Faced. I got to see it early as a VIB Rouge member of Sephora, which only means not that I'm special, it's that I'm an idiot. I spent at least $1,000 at Sephora to make rouge. That's what you do, and your gift in return is you get to see things first, sometimes a week, sometimes a day before the rest of the world does. Whoopee. We just spend the money first, talk about it, and then we encourage the rest of you to go and get it or not. And speaking of, I did return the Tarte Pretty Paint Box. That was awful, awful. The colors were chalky. There was no pigment. It was like a cheap, like those imitation kind of palettes you get on Amazon, or like at sale time in the drugstore when they have those color workshop kits. It's that kind of shadows. I'm so disappointed in that Tarte box. It was big and bulky. You can't take apart anything. If you're going to travel, you got to carry this big bulky thing. No, I just returned it. $59, it wasn't worth it. It was so cool too. It had that nice 60s vibe going. Anyway, I love this. This is the Chocolate Shop, chocolate infused. There's face kit here, and then there's the shadows. You have 3 large lids. You have a nice assortment of dark shimmer, satin, and matte shades. You can do a complete eye look here. You have your nice light colors for your lid shades. You have some nice transition shades. You have a nice warm butterscotch, it's called. It's like the peanut butter shades. You've got these beautiful purples. Look at this, goes with my little outfit here today. The payout on these is fabulous, wonderful, absolutely wonderful. I love this palette. There's a nice little micro glitter in this dark, deep midnight color. You've got these beautiful light colors. Bam! You can use them as eyeliners. You can really have some fun. Now the blush was a little confusing because it's a cool tone blush. This highlighter, which is called Inner Light, is considered by some to be one of the finest highlighters out there. I'm not sure I'm that crazy about it because it gives that kind of chromy look, and it can look really false, like you've got a strip of metal tape on your cheek. And I've seen some girls really mess it up, you know, so you really have to go light with it. One of my viewers told me that she uses this as her all over face finishing powder because it gives her such a healthy look. So I don't know. Now the Chocolate Soleil contour, absolutely wonderful. This is a beautiful cool tone contour that won't make you look like you got slapped at the side of your face like some of the contours can. Now the blush is a little on the pinky side, but you can warm that up. Like if you blend it in with a little of the gold, you can come out with a, you can have more of a golden sheen to it, more of an orangey golden sheen to it. It kind of warms it up a little bit, but it is a very pretty, very doable blush, especially winter time. This will be very, very pretty. I would love to have seen a warm blush with this as well. Maybe, you know, a little less action up here with these 3 and make the space for those, make another blush that was warm tone, because this was a cool tone. But you know, these beautiful royal, you know, oh gosh. Let me just put 12 colors on my eyes. I had so much fun with this. I'm wearing it every day to work this week. I just wore a very simple look today, and I love it. I absolutely love it. This is the Chocolate Shop. This is just the pull-out part of the box set from Too Faced. It also comes with a mini melted lipstick, an Eye Insurance eyeshadow primer, and a little mini Better Than Sex mascara. So it's a very, very nice little gift. And the little fella, the sweet little fella that was there doing Too Faced demos at Sephora, he actually gave me a little baby doll miniature lipstick as well. So that was very good. I am a Star Trek fan, and some of you know this, some of you don't, but I did go recently to a big convention in New York. For Star Trek, because of course this is the 50th year anniversary of Star Trek, and I went and got the Star Trek makeup. I never ever buy MAC makeup or theme makeup like that. I mean, except like the drugstore stuff, the Wonder Woman. So let's start with the nail polish. And they have 3 different nail polishes. I'll show you a picture of all of the products that came out in this particular special line of Star Trek makeup. Now, starting with the nail polish, this is the silvery one, and it's called Enterprise. And I was disappointed because I put it on my nails and I'm sitting there doing nothing for like 10 minutes. And you know how that is when you're waiting for your nails to dry. Going out of my mind, and the first thing I do is I go and make some coffee and it gets all grunged up and smeared. And during my work day, it got little dings, it chipped on the edges. I was so disappointed in this. So the Enterprise shade, the silvery shade, did not work for me. It looked beautiful when I first put it on. But you know what? If a nail polish doesn't stay looking good, it's not a good nail polish. I had better luck with this one. This is the Holodeck. And I got these off of the Nordstrom website. The packaging is cool. It's got like Star Trek stuff, you know, in there. This is the Holodeck, and this is the gold. It's absolutely beautiful on. I wore it all last week to work. I only had to touch it up like once. And I think with a top coat, this would be gorgeous for autumn and winter, for those parties. And the eyeshadows, they had several different eyeshadow pigments. They were hard to swatch. They're hard in the pan, but I did like the color, and this particular color actually matches my eyes. So let me just swatch it for you. It's really pretty. I'm so glad I got this color. It's kind of a bluish green color, and it's just beautiful, but it is a little hard in the pan. I'm thinking almost that you have to use your fingers to apply it. This one is called Bird of Prey, and it's kind of the greenish shade, greenish blue shade. I really like that a lot. Now, of course, I had to get the blush too. I mean, I'm totally a Star Trek fan. I just won't believe. I'll be doing like a special on the trip, and because they filmed us beaming up in the transporter room. And I'm very excited to show you that video, and I haven't sent it to me yet. So as soon as they do, I'll put up a whole thing with the star thing and what I put in my travel bag, because I also did my husband's makeup and he was a Klingon. So this is the blush, and this one is called Highly Illogical. And I really like this because it reminds me, when it's on, it's a very pretty blush. It reminds me of the grease paint, the way it makes you look. It looks like the grease paint from the 1960s. Remember those Jason and the Argonauts movies? Those people were all greased up. And even the Star Trek series, you know, Kirk was kind of greased up. Now, a lot of the colors are based on things that were inspired by some of the women of Star Trek. 7 of 9, Deanna Troi, the slave girl, the Orion slave girl, and of course Lieutenant Uhura, and they picked, you know, just iconic women from the Star Trek history, and this is, you know, what they came out with. So last in this Star Trek makeup line is the lipstick, and it's a beautiful lipstick. This is called Where No Man Has Gone Before. It's a beautiful duochrome. On the website, it's the orangey looking one, but it does not pull that way. It pulls kind of a little bit. I'm gonna just go over the top. It pulls a little on the pinky coral side. It's beautiful. Where No Man Has Gone Before. So ends the Star Trek makeup section. When I returned the Tarte kit, I happened to look, you know, the Vice lipsticks, there's a million of them, and they have lip liners and lipsticks everywhere, and the new one is called safe word, but it just looked like I spread chocolate pudding on my mouth. So I said, forget that. And I went for this one. And this is called BackTalk. This is perfect autumn color. It goes with this little outfit. I liked it because it's not too cool tone for me, but yet it is kind of more of an autumn shade. So it's a very pretty color. I think I have 7 or 8 of the Vice lipsticks. Now, I wanted to, every season I revamp my nail polishes. I don't know if that's what you do, but that's what I do. And Pacifica put out nail polishes. They run around the same price as the other high-end nail polishes do, around $9–10 a bottle. They are free of all of the harmful things that are in nail polishes. I'm wearing the purple right now. This is called Purple Haze. And it's a beautiful color, but the Pacifica has healthy ingredients in their nail polish. There's hardly any scent to it at all. And it's beautiful. And the colors are not boring in any sense of the word. I got some basics because my other nail polishes were getting, oh, look at this one for autumn time. What is this called? Hustle. Hustle, I like that. So when you spread this on, it feels great. You need 2 coats to get a good color coverage, and I put a top coat on it. There's hardly any scent to it. It's healthy. It doesn't have any of those strong carcinogenic type of chemicals that most nail polishes have in them. Most nail polishes are based on car varnishes, and these are not. These are healthy and safe. So Pacifica, and I got these in Ulta. This is the, let me just have a quick look. This is the Origins VitaZing SPF 15 Energy Boosting Moisturizer with mangosteen. It is sheer tint release. I put this on this morning, and if you don't want to put any makeup on at all and just put something on that diffuses your face, this was nice, and it's from Origins. So I don't know how well it'll show, but it's a beautiful. Has a slight smell to it, fruity smell, but it's got a slight release of a slight color to it, just a slight little color, but it just seems to balance out your skin, and it's great on your makeup. You know, you could put makeup over the top, which some moisturizers you can have trouble when you put your makeup on. It gets all balls up, or it sits there, it doesn't, you know, mesh very well. So I like that. Oh, and one last thing. Emily Noel was talking about this because she got this for her pregnancy, because, you know, you stretch out and everything, and this is supposed to be really good for stretch marks. But it's also very hydrating, and what I'm doing is I'm just putting a drop in with a squirt of my moisturizer. And I'm talking about my body moisturizer and my face moisturizer. This is bio oil. It's got all kinds of different great oils in it. It's got vitamins and minerals. Builds strong bodies 12 ways. Okay, vitamin A and E. It's got lavender, rosemary, and chamomile oil. It's hypoallergenic. It's suitable for sensitive skin. It's not greasy. It absorbs very quickly, and you know, with winter coming, you know, winter is coming, as they say on Game of Thrones. I am so addicted to that. Anyway, this is great stuff. There is a scent to it, though. If you hate scent to your products, you're not going to like this because it is a strong scent, but I think it mixes so well with other things, and I think it really can give you a healthy glow to your skin, and I have been enjoying that. So I think that's everything for now. I hope everybody's having a wonderful week, and have a beautiful day. Take care. Toodles.